I travel the world for things like this chair that make you say, wow, I want that. Wow, this is why I use Diners Club on Business, to get me to places like this free. With Diners Club, I earn miles every time I use it, and I can put them on practically any frequent flyer program I choose. One trip, it could be American, United, or Delta. Next time, whatever I want. It's good to fly free.
Diners Club, the right answer for business.
They're innovative, imaginative, unusual even. Enjoy a variety of entertaining items from the Sharper Image. Next.
Since 1979, when Americans have looked for what's new, what's hot in the world of products, what's useful, what's going to be on the cutting edge of technology, and what's going to be fun, they have turned to the Sharper Image. Well, the Sharper Image has come a long way since those early times in 1979. They are one of the largest catalog retailers in the world today. And although they have dozens of retail stores located around the country, there might not be one in your area, so we are bringing the Sharper Image direct to you. Richard Thalheimer, the founder and chairman of Sharper Image, is going to be my very special guest. But right now, for your convenience, check out the wide variety of products we're offering you from the Sharper Image, including a clock that was standard issue on Russia's nuclear submarine fleet. Wait till you see how it works in home decor.
At 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific on QVC.
We're live with the chairman and the man who founded the Sharper Image back in 1979. Join me in welcoming Richard Thalheimer to QVC.
Thank you, Steve.
Pleasure to have you
Thank
here.
you.
I am a Sharper Image shopper. I am sure most of our viewers have shopped with your catalog. I guess a lot of us have wondered, where did the Sharper Image, the whole idea for it, come from?
Actually, started about 17 years ago, believe it or not, when I had one great idea for a running watch, because I was running a lot at the time. And that one watch just sold so well that I just kept finding items, and it became a catalog and then stores.
You have found so many innovative things. I can't wait to hear the story behind this. A Russian submarine clock. This is H7959. It's a one-week movement. You simply pop it open right over here. Comes with two keys, which is nice in case you lose one. You pop it open, take the key, wind it up, and it runs and keeps accurate time, because on a submarine, they were prone to power failures, any sort of problem they might have. They had to know how long they had been down and what have you, and before they had to start replenishing the air supply. And at $69.95, a piece of very innovative home decor, and it even comes with this panel. This is what you do. You take this, screw this onto the wall, and it's a pretty hefty clock, so if you have drywall, you might want to use some hollow wall anchors, and then the clock just rests in those little grooves right there, locks and stays in place.
There's a very interesting story about this clock. We found a factory in Russia that was actually making this clock, and they've been making them for the Russian Navy now for about 20 years, and this clock is shock resistant. So if the submarine is exposed to like a depth charge or sudden waves or something, it doesn't lose any time. So this factory stopped making them when the Cold War ended.
Yes.
So we bought the last of these clocks, and there's only a few thousand of these available, and then they're gone forever.
You know, the average American home, I think I read a study that says, has 9 clocks in it. And that's a fact evidenced by how successful a lot of our clock shows have been on the air. A lot of people are clock collectors. Here's a chance to have a clock that was destined for a Russian, Soviet submarine that never came to be.
That's right.
That is something.
Now, they would have a number of these on each submarine. They would have maybe 20 or 30 per submarine. People ask, well, how come if there's a few thousand left, are they going to make a few thousand more submarines? Well, no.
That's true. Well, that's interesting. I guess because in different areas of the sub, you had to keep track.
Right.
I put one of these in my den just to see how it would work. It's a very quiet clock. As a matter of fact, it's a 12-joule movement. That means they use 12, probably corundum, simulated
That's right.
sapphires, as the bearing. So it's very smooth, very quiet. And if you're a collector, every clock comes with the official Russian documentation telling you where this came from, giving you the stamp, the symbol.
Did you notice how heavy this clock is?
I wish.
This is 6.5 pounds of metal. That's how heavy this clock is. It would break the table if you dropped it
If we dropped it down. That's why I'm being careful, because like I said, it fits right onto.
Right. They made this special wall adapter.
Yep.
Otherwise,
There.
you
It
couldn't
locks
easily
right in.
hang it.
Makes it very, very simple. And I have some videotape. Actually, Craig, is that camcorder? Yeah. Well, I want people to see what a great piece of home decor this is, because if you have a den, a recreation room, or a place where you'd like to have a clock besides your VCR, because in most American homes, if we depend on the VCR, then we only know the time of day twice, because it's 12 o'clock. Twice. Other than, it's always blinking, 12, 12, 12. Have a power failure, you're not quite sure. This clock will let you know you wind it once a week. Comes with 2 keys.
Yeah. It's actually 8 days.
Oh, an 8-day movement.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
That way you can sort of be a little late on that last day.
All right. I want you to see this. I have a wood paneling in the den. See how nice that fits in with a modern entertainment center, and just it's a very warm and cozy look. And it works with all the rest of the things up in my den, my Fenton art glass and things that are up
That's
in the,
great.
on the mantle. So it's an opportunity for you to have a clock that, thanks to the end of the Cold War, we're able to have access to. I wish you could feel it. I mean, it is I guess that's an enameled steel case.
Yeah, this is heavy steel, chrome bezel, and the clock is actually designed to work down to 2,000 feet underwater. Isn't that amazing? 2,000 feet underwater.
So you've got a clock that's probably going to outlive all of us here. H7959, a Russian submarine clock at $69.95. Only a few thousand of these in existence, and once they're gone, that will be the end of the line. Richard just said it's one of his favorite products in the whole show. Well, this is, I think, the real hallmark, if you would, of the Sharper image. Innovative, fun products that make sense. This makes sense, because how many times have we all been out in the backyard and there's a special delivery you have to sign for, and you're there, but they don't know you're there because you didn't hear the doorbell. You have to go and wait till the next day and go pick up the package at the post office or what have you, or a friend or neighbor stops by. It's just a nice, secure feeling to know that wherever you are, you take the receiver with you. You need 2 AA batteries for the receiver, 2 AAAs for the transmitter. You mount the transmitter up on the front door.
Yeah, people have a little trouble understanding this, but it's so simple. This comes with double-sided tape, and you can either stick it up with the tape, or you can use 2 screws in these little 2 holes, top and bottom. Put this at your front door. Then the other part, the receiver, you put anywhere you want. Doesn't matter where you put it. You could put it in your kitchen where mine is. You could carry it with the belt clip on the back here.
That's why it makes sense. I mean, now you're roaming all over the place, especially for the holidays. You're decorating outside, maybe doing that last-minute fall garden work. Clip this baby onto your belt or onto the top of your skirt. You'll always know when somebody's at the door.
Right. And in my house, for example, the doorbell, for whatever reason, stopped working. There was an old house. The wiring wasn't good. So you don't need any wiring with this. You just put this at the front door or the back door. You put the receiver anywhere you want, so you can actually add a new doorbell to your back door, your side door, any place you want. So if you built on another room, it's not wired for a doorbell, you see. And if you want to have 2 of these, you can put one upstairs and one downstairs.
They're all on the same frequency, so if you buy 2, the receiver is going to work with just the 1 transmitter, and you could have, as you said, put one at the door, one by the patio door.
So that's exactly what I did. I bought 2 of these. I took the 2 receivers, put one upstairs, one downstairs in the basement, and then the doorbells you can put wherever you want. They're all on the same frequency. They all work together.
And you bring up a great point, because since you own an older home, people that have older houses,
right,
that doorbell maybe hasn't worked for decades, and by the time you get an electrician to come in and fish the wire through the wall, now all that hassle has been solved. I think it would be a gift for the holidays that would be appreciated. You see how easily this works. It just hooks right up to the front door, no wiring required. I understand this has been very popular in the show and is in very, very short supply. E3593 wireless door chimes from the Sharper Image. A chance to give a great family gift. You know, if you always exchange gifts with your brother or sister or perhaps the
especially
neighbors.
if you're like me, I like to go out in the garage and polish my car and motorcycle, and I never can hear the doorbell in the garage. So you take this with you. You don't have to put this to the wall. You can just carry it.
That is so convenient. E3593, it's $39.95.
And my wife's ring.
This is probably the first real ultrasonic jewelry cleaner we've had on the air. If you love jewelry and you have quite a collection, keep in mind there are a couple of different kind of ultrasonic cleaners on the market. Here, let me just move this out of the way so I can get a good shot. There are the ultrasonic cleaners that vibrate, and they shake it, and they do an okay job. And maybe you've seen them, you know, for $30 or $40, and they're all right. This one actually sends ultrasonic waves?
That's right, Steve. Most jewelry cleaners really just vibrate. This jewelry cleaner puts ultrasonic sound through the water, and the difference is you get a much cleaner result. There's a couple interesting points on this machine. First of all, let me just turn it on.
All right.
And you notice here that if we plugged it in, here we did, it's got a timer. This is the only one with a timer, so you can select the number of minutes, and then you can select high or low for really dirty things. And it works several ways. It comes with a beaker like this that you can put the whole thing in like that. And then if you want to put your glasses in, you see, you can drop your entire glasses in.
This is such a
clean
great
them
idea.
and pull them out. Or if you want to do dentures, do you have a pair of dentures I could use right now?
Not to give you without great embarrassment.
Now, the way I like to use this is I like to use it without the beaker. Just take the glass of water with any water with just a drop of soap, okay? Fill it about halfway full.
And this is something that's going to speak loud and clear to our viewers. Water with just a little drop of soap.
Any hand soap.
Sterling silver. This is the first cleaner we have offered on the air. You can drop your sterling in with absolute confidence.
Okay, now I've got my wife's wedding ring. I made her give it to me before we went on the air. And I've got Nancy's ring, is one of the merchandise producers. And I'm going to just dial a little time here.
All right.
And let's see if we can get this one working.
Turn it to the high position. Let me make sure we're plugged in and ready to
Power.
go. I'll trace the cord back and just make doubly certain we are.
Okay,
there we
here
go. Got it.
So now you actually see the dirt coming off the ring here. See this
Can
powder?
you guys?
Look at this.
Can you see it?
I don't think they can see
The
it. But
body oils. You can see them coming off as a. Yeah, you can see it very well. Actually, if I
You actually see what looks like bubbles. That is not bubbles. That is dirt.
That's incredible.
And I have a. I don't know if they can run the backup video of my glasses I did earlier today, but that is a terrific shot of the glasses being cleaned. They may have that queued up, did they?
That's why. Do we have that video, Craig?
While he's looking at it, let me just tell you one. Okay, now here's an actual. If you look on the monitor there, you'll see the glasses.
All right. Oh yeah.
Now these are some glasses we did in the office the other day. This is an actual shot, and you'll see the stuff coming off in this video right there. You see that, Steve? Look at that. That is not smoke. That is dust. Let's just keep. This is working fine.
Okay, great.
So look at this. See that right there?
Is that
That's
wild?
the actual dirt coming off a pair of glasses being vibrated.
And it's fine if you have, say, like an ultraviolet coating on your glasses, since they're just ultrasonic waves. You're just going to gently take.
Now you could put anything in here: dentures, glasses, rings, not opals. Any other piece of jewelry can go in.
How about that?
So that's the dirt coming off a pair of ordinary glasses. Amazing.
That is wild. When you realize how, it's funny, we had a caller on last night, and she was asking how she could clean her silver jewelry. I didn't realize that this, until I came in today, that this is a true ultrasonic cleaner. So absolutely, you have carte blanche, sterling silver, gold, vermeil, anything, your jewelry picks up those natural body oils. I love the glasses demonstration too, because those little nooks and crannies that pick up the little grease and grime just from the natural wear and tear in your face?
I'll tell you one quick funny story. My wife and I had the pleasure to have lunch with some of the royal British monarchy at Kensington Palace. So I took one of these along with me and presented it to them. And we cleaned some jewelry, and it was just terrific. And so now the British royal family is using this to clean
The royal
jewels.
jewelry.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a pretty...
And they loved it because they had never seen a product that would really clean intricate diamond rings.
And this is great because with so many of the vibrating cleaners, you have to buy the special solutions. With this, ordinary tap water and just a drop of like Sunlight or any dish detergent. Oh, can you get a close shot on this? Look at how that came out. I mean, it makes it showroom new. And this from Nancy,
now this
one
is
of our
just in a
buyers.
minute. You really want to give it a good 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, just to give
But
you
you
a...
could tell already they're beginning to sparkle like they haven't sparkled for a while.
What a great gift. If you know somebody who loves jewelry and you're not quite sure what kind of a jewelry gift to give them one of the only ultrasonic cleaners around that'll do not only gold, gemstones, but also silver, and do glasses. V2431 at $79.95. Still available, the Chinese enamel stress balls. Where do you see these in operation? $21.95, M1340. Also, the Danny Twist pen at $39.95. That's M1339. It's not only, of course, a copper bracelet, it's just a good-looking piece of jewelry.
It's an interesting story how this got developed. My wife was complaining of tennis elbow. You know, a lot of people get a little arthritis in the elbow or the joints. And there is an old folklore myth that says that copper helps arthritis. So I went to one of our jeweler friends and asked him to make a good-looking copper band bracelet. So this is hammered with a lot of little hammer marks to make it unique. So my wife has been wearing this now for 3 months and has stopped complaining about her tennis elbow.
It's funny, and of course, you and I were talking about this earlier. The biggest healing organ in the body, the biggest healer, is the brain. And as we said earlier, although we can't make any specific medical benefits for a bracelet like this, if somebody has tried everything and nothing is working, and this works, it means it's cut the brain into gear and the endorphins are coming out and it's doing its job.
Well, certainly I figured no one really knows whether copper helps or doesn't help. I hear a pinball.
Yeah, they're setting up the the Astro shooter too.
But the tradition has persisted for several hundred years now, which makes me think there must be something to it.
Boy, it is, and it's a unisex piece because my wrist is about 7.5 inches in circumference, but
yeah, we designed this so it would fit men or women, and you can just squeeze it to get your exact wrist because you want the copper to touch your skin.
You have a very petite wrist, you just bring it in. You have a little bit of a larger wrist, you bring it out.
Yeah.
Snap
now, by the
it
way,
in place.
this is shiny because it's new. For men, I suggest they let it tarnish a little bit and get worn looking. And for women, you can use any kind of jewelry or silver polish to keep it shiny if you want to.
That's true. We have a product on QVC called Primo Polish. It probably work very well on this to keep it just bright and sparkling. It does add a new dimension to it because I think we've all gone to the health food stores and you see these cheesy little ones and they look like the kind of, I think sometimes they might be pants clips for bicycles that they're selling as copper bracelets. They're the little tiny thin bands. This is a handsome looking piece.
Well, we wanted to come up with something that was a little more interesting, a little higher quality because the Sharper Image wants to make things just right.
Well, that is something. Now, you have how many catalogs?
We send out a new catalog every month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wild. And it's over 200 million catalogs at this point in time?
That's right, total. We send out about 35 million a year, and we've been doing it for 17 years.
This is such a treat for our viewers right now. By the way, the phone's very busy. The hammered copper cuff bracelet. It's $24.95, J22005. Still available, the watch I was wearing last night. Your choice of the Skagen mesh band watches, men's or ladies. They're instantly adjustable. $89.95, and the Danny Twist pen comes in that beautiful wood box, M1339, along with the motorized tie rack at $34.95. This fits right over the top of a closet pole.
Hi, I'm Craig Womack. The Sharper Image is a special place to work in. The tape that you're about to see details and highlights a program that we call our Standards of Performance. These are a specific listing of the expectations that we have for every associate in our retail stores, whether the associate would be a support individual, in sales, or in management. Study these standards, memorize them, ensure that your store operates to these expectations, and let's keep the Sharper Image at the highest possible level of retail performance by doing this.